2nd of April 22. It's Saturday. I'm talking about the energy crisis, electricity and gas prices in the UK. And that was the price cap was increased yesterday, the 1st of April. And because we've got a sort of an artificial limit to how high the companies can charge. So even if the wholesale prices are way higher than the current price cap, they can't increase their cost to match. And that's why so many of the small ones have went out of business. That, and also because they don't buy in advance, they just bought spot prices. But to me, the price cap, I mean, it's a nice idea, but it's been a ridiculous thing really, because it's actually probably worked against us rather than for us. Why the prices are so dear? They're historically really high. I mean, gases went up from about 45 pence per therm to at one point it was about £4 per therm just as the Ukraine war started. It's down now to about £2.40 per therm, but that's still about 5 times higher than the usual sort of price, you know. So it's historically high, probably due to COVID as well, with all the countries starting up business again. They're all using electricity at the same time. But it's still confusing to find out whether, personally, I would be in favour of using nuclear or fracking or oil if it's a bridging thing until we can get to the green. I mean, we all want to get to green. I don't know why it's taken us so long to get to green. I mean, Boris said two things. He said at the United Nations things, it's easy to be green. And then he mentioned Kermit the Frog, because that was his song. And I agree with him. It does seem easy, you know, if people can get solar on their roof and stuff. I mean, most people who could have an electric car at the moment aren't getting one. And if they're buying new, they might even still be buying petrol or thingy new. Usually people buy lease cars now, they don't buy them. They lease them, and they're probably still leasing petrol cars. So there's the big bulk of people who could go green. They aren't thinking of it that way. They aren't thinking of green being a sort of status symbol, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. They're not thinking that way. Especially like solar. I do see quite a lot of solar panels about nowadays on roofs, retrospect on older houses, but really on new houses I see a lot of solar panels. And the interesting thing, and I saw a graph on Sky News last night, it was about how wind power has went from about 2% of the UK energy. This is not fuel energy, I take it. This is just to do with home and business energy, like electricity and gas. And it was saying that, maybe this was just electricity, that wind powers went from 2% in 2010 to about 25% now in 22. So it just goes to show you, you know, wind is really doing well. And we need graphs like this showing a lot so that we can see. I mean, coal was about, in 2010 it was about 40%, maybe even more, and now it's about 2%. You know, gas has always sort of been pretty high because we've done that dash to gas thing in the early 90s. Nuclear still a bit, I don't know, I'm making this up now, 20%, but it's dipping as nuclear plants close and they're not replaced. The Hunterston one in Scotland closed in February, and there's a few other, the remaining ones in Scotland are meant to close. But just on this energy thing, I mean, there's never been anything like it really. The increase is going to be 50-60%, and the next price cap changes in October, and it's expected to go up even higher again, say another 50% or something, and then it's expected to, the price cap after that, the next change will be April 23, and it's expected to go down a bit, but still historically high. So we're really at sort of the highs that we've ever been. I think it's going to be a real shock to people, because people have been on the Telegram about how they're choosing between heating and eating, but the price cap hasn't kicked in yet. The new price doesn't start till yesterday. And if you've, I would advise you to hand in a estimate to your supplier so that they know this is the date where I gave you the last real reading. Not an estimate reading, you know. Take a reading yourself and send it to your supplier so that they know this is your cut-off point between your last real reading. Yeah, but just like I said, they should keep showing that graph that shows you how winds went from 2% to 25% in 12 years. I mean, it was 2014 Boris Johnson said the wind power couldn't take the skim off our rice pudding. And look how he's changed. I don't know why he's changed. Seems to do that a lot, where he sort of totally changes. I mean, to me, it's been obvious. I've been trying solar, you know, with small solar things, but there just doesn't seem to be the sort of energy there yet. It's getting closer though, you know, but I mean to power my mobile phone and stuff like that, you know. I will keep checking. But yeah, that's me talking about home and business heating and energy. And I think also, when they talk about fossil fuels, I mean, electricity is only about 19% of that. Gas is about, I don't know, 31%. A lot of it is fuel, petrol and diesel, you know, the rest of it. So we've still got a long way to go with fossil fuels, but I don't know, I feel as if it should be easy, but everyone's saying it's hard, you know. So I don't know.